Welcome back. In today's video, we're counting down the top 6 most valuable United Kingdom 50 new pence coins. These famous 7-sided coins have become some of the most collected British coins ever produced. While millions were minted over the years, certain dates, mint marks, limited mintages, error varieties, and exceptional conditions have become highly desirable among collectors. If you have an old 50 new pence coin tucked away in a drawer, piggy bank, or inherited coin collection, you may own a coin worth far more than its face value. Let's get started. First up, the 1973 United Kingdom 50 pence. At first glance, this may seem like an ordinary circulation coin that many people have overlooked for decades. However, collectors know that some 1973 50 pence coins have become highly desirable because of their condition, striking quality, and occasional mint errors. While the majority of circulated examples remain affordable, the finest examples and unusual varieties have sold for surprisingly strong prices at auctions. If you own one of these coins, especially in fine or better condition, this video will help you understand its history, collector demand, and what it could realistically be worth today. The 50 pence coin was introduced in 1969 as part of the United Kingdom's move toward decimal currency. Its 7-sided shape quickly became one of the most distinctive coin designs in the world. By 1973, the coin had become an important part of everyday British commerce and was widely accepted throughout the country. The 1973 issue was struck by the Royal Mint using cupronickel, a durable alloy chosen to withstand years of circulation. The obverse features the elegant portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, while the reverse displays Britannia seated beside a lion with a shield and olive branch, symbolizing Britain's strength, stability, and peace. Millions of these coins entered circulation, making them common in everyday use. However, because they circulated heavily for decades, well-preserved examples have become increasingly difficult to find. Collectors especially seek coins with minimal wear, attractive surfaces, and original mint luster. One of the most remarkable aspects of the 1973 50 pence is its unique 7-sided shape. Unlike ordinary round coins, this distinctive design makes it instantly recognizable and remains one of the Royal Mint's greatest innovations. The coin weighs approximately 13.5 grams and measures about 30 millimeters across. Its cupronickel composition provides a silver appearance that resists corrosion far better than many earlier British coins. The portrait of Queen Elizabeth II represents the early years of her decimal coinage, while Britannia on the reverse has become one of the most iconic symbols in British numismatics. Collectors appreciate the sharp details found on well-preserved examples, especially the fine hair strands of the Queen, the lion's features, Britannia's robes, and the crisp lettering around both sides of the coin. Coins displaying strong strikes, original surfaces, and attractive eye appeal command the greatest interest in today's collector market. Although the 1973 50 pence is not considered a rare circulation issue because of its large mintage, condition plays a major role in determining value. A coin in fine condition still retains many important design details despite showing moderate circulation wear. Such coins are popular among collectors who want an affordable example for their collections. Even damaged examples, including those with scratches, edge knocks, cleaning marks, or discoloration, can still attract buyers if they display unusual characteristics or possible mint errors. Error coins, such as off-cent strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, or double-struck examples, are considerably scarcer and may command substantial premiums regardless of wear. Collectors also search for coins with exceptional provenance, unusual toning, or certified authenticity, which can significantly increase desirability in the marketplace as more people become interested in British decimal coinage. Demand continues to grow for attractive early 50 pence issues, including the 1973 release. Let's discuss realistic market values. A normal 1973 United Kingdom 50 pence in fine circulated condition generally sells for approximately $1 to $5. Very fine examples often bring $5 to $15. Extremely fine coins typically sell between $15 and $40, depending on eye appeal. Brilliant uncirculated examples may reach $40 to $100 or more when certified by a professional grading service. Coins with exceptional grading, outstanding preservation, or confirmed mint errors have achieved auction prices ranging from several $100s to well over $1,000, with particularly unusual error coins sometimes selling for even higher amounts when competitive bidding occurs. These values depend on rarity, certification, collector demand, originality, and current market conditions. Auction prices can fluctuate over time, so exceptional examples should always be evaluated individually. If you own a 1973 50 pence coin, begin by examining its overall condition under good lighting. Look carefully at the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, Britannia, the lion, lettering, and the edges for signs of unusual striking characteristics. Avoid cleaning your coin, as cleaning usually reduces collector value. Original surfaces are far more desirable than polished ones. If you believe your coin has an unusual mint error or appears to be in exceptionally high grade, consider having it authenticated and graded by a professional coin grading service. Certified coins generally inspire greater confidence among buyers and often achieve stronger auction prices. Store your coin in a protective holder or capsule to prevent scratches, fingerprints, and environmental damage. Proper storage helps preserve its long-term value and appearance. Keep an eye on major coin auctions and collector marketplaces, as values can change with increasing demand and the discovery of new varieties. The 1973 United Kingdom 50 pence remains one of Britain's most iconic decimal coins. While most circulated examples are affordable, well-preserved coins, certified high-grade specimens, and genuine mint-era varieties continue to attract enthusiastic collectors around the world. Even a coin found in everyday change could become a valuable collectible if it possesses the right combination of condition, rarity, and originality. Next up, the fascinating United Kingdom 50 new pence, dated 1977. At first glance, this large seven-sided coin may seem like an ordinary piece of old British change, especially if it appears dirty or heavily circulated. However, vintage UK coins continue to attract collectors from around the world, and many people are surprised to learn that even well-used examples can still hold collectible value. In this video, we'll explore the history of the 1977 50 new pence, its unique design, collector demand, rarity, and the realistic auction values in US dollars. Be sure to watch until the end, because knowing the details of your coin could help you recognize a collectible example in your own collection. The 50 new pence coin was introduced in 1969 as part of the United Kingdom's transition to decimal currency. The 1977 issue was struck during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II and remained one of the largest circulating decimal coins of its time. It features the young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Arnold Machin, while the reverse displays the iconic seated Britannia created by Christopher Ironside. The coin is made of durable copper nickel, weighs 13.5 grams, and has the distinctive seven-sided shape that made the British 50p famous around the world. Around 49.7 million examples were produced in 1977, making it a common circulation issue rather than a low mintage rarity point. One of the most recognizable features of the 1977 50 new pence is its large heptagonal shape, which allows it to be identified easily by touch. The obverse carries the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, while the reverse features Britannia seated with a shield, trident, and olive branch, symbolizing Britain's maritime heritage and strength. The smooth edge, copper nickel composition, and classic new pence inscription make this an important piece of British decimal coinage. Although millions were struck, collectors appreciate this issue as part of a complete date collection of the original large-format 50p series. When discussing rarity, it's important to separate the date from the condition. The standard 1977 circulation issue is not considered rare because tens of millions were minted. However, a dirty or heavily circulated coin can still attract buyers who are building affordable collections of British decimal coins. If the coin has unusual characteristics such as an authentic mint error, exceptional toning, or an interesting provenance, collector interest can increase significantly. Most ordinary dirty examples are valued mainly as collectible type coins rather than high-end rarities, but they remain popular with beginner and intermediate collectors because they represent an important period in British coinage. The market value of a 1977 50 new pence depends primarily on its condition. A dirty, well-circulated example typically sells for around 60 cents to $2 if offered to collectors. A cleaner circulated coin with attractive detail may reach $2 to $5. Certified mint state examples generally trade for only a few dollars, and published price guides list typical uncirculated values at roughly $2.70, while even top-grade auction records for this common date remain modest. These figures show that the coin's collectible value comes more from condition and collector demand than from rarity. Exceptional error coins or unusual varieties could sell for more, but they require expert authentication. If you own a 1977 50 new pence, avoid cleaning it with chemicals or abrasive materials, as this can reduce its collector appeal. Store the coin in a protective holder to prevent additional wear. Examine it carefully for possible mint errors, unusual striking characteristics, or exceptional preservation, as these factors can influence value more than the date alone. Comparing your coin with certified examples and researching recent completed auction sales can also help you better understand its place in today's collector market. The United Kingdom 50 new pence 1977 is an iconic piece of British decimal history. While a dirty circulated example is usually not a high-value rarity, it remains a desirable collectible for many enthusiasts because of its classic Britannia design, distinctive seven-sided shape, and historical significance. Every old coin tells a story, and sometimes the smallest details can make the biggest difference. Next up, the fascinating United Kingdom 50 new pence 1978 coin in circulated condition. At first glance, this large seven-sided coin may appear to be just another piece of everyday change from the late 1970s, but collectors know that some circulated examples can still attract attention depending on their condition, eye appeal, and any unusual characteristics they may possess. While millions of these coins were produced, interest in vintage British decimal coinage continues to grow around the world. In this video, we'll explore the history of the 1978 50 new pence, its unique design, why collectors search for attractive circulated examples, how rarity affects value, and what this coin has sold for at auction in US dollars. If you enjoy discovering hidden treasures in old coins, stay with us until the end. The 50 new pence coin was introduced in 1969 as part of the United Kingdom's transition to decimal currency. It quickly became one of Britain's most recognizable coins because of its distinctive seven-sided shape and large size. The 1978 issue was released during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II and continued the same classic design that had become familiar to millions of people across the country. The coin circulated widely in everyday commerce and was used for shopping, transport, and countless daily transactions. Because of its heavy use, many surviving examples today show scratches, wear, and other signs of circulation. Even so, these coins remain an important part of British numismatic history and continue to attract collectors who appreciate the early years of decimal coinage. The obverse of the 1978 50 new pence features the elegant portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, with a surrounding inscription identifying her as Queen. The reverse displays Britannia seated beside a lion, holding a trident and shield, one of the most iconic designs ever used on British coinage. Around the reverse appears the denomination 50 new pence. The coin is struck in cupra nickel, weighs approximately 13.5 grams, measures about 30 millimeters across, and features the famous curved heptagonal shape that allows it to roll smoothly while remaining easily distinguishable from other coins. These distinctive features have helped make the early 50 new pence series popular with collectors throughout the world. The 1978 50 new pence is not considered a rare date because a large number of coins were originally minted. However, collector demand is influenced by much more than mintage figures alone. Many circulated examples have become heavily worn after decades of everyday use, making well-preserved circulated coins increasingly desirable. Coins that retain strong detail, attractive surfaces, and clear lettering often command higher prices than ordinary worn pieces. Collectors also pay close attention to examples displaying unusual striking errors, off-cent strikes, clipped planchets, or other genuine mint mistakes, which can dramatically increase desirability. Even damaged or well-worn coins may attract interest if they possess a rare mint error or exceptional historical appeal. As interest in British decimal coins continues to grow internationally, attractive circulated examples remain popular additions to many collections. The value of a circulated 1978 United Kingdom 50 new pence depends primarily on its condition and whether it has any unusual characteristics. Most ordinary circulated examples typically sell for around $1 to $5. Coins showing less wear and better eye appeal may sell between $8 and $20. High-grade uncirculated examples certified by professional grading services can reach approximately $40 to $120, depending on quality and demand. Genuine mint error examples may realize several $100s, and particularly rare or dramatic errors have occasionally sold for well over $500 at specialist auctions. It is important to remember that exceptional auction prices are generally achieved only by coins with outstanding preservation, certified grades, or significant mint errors rather than standard circulated pieces. If you own a 1978 50 new pence, examine it carefully under good lighting. Look for sharp design details, original surfaces, and any unusual striking characteristics. Avoid cleaning the coin, as cleaning can reduce collector value by leaving scratches or altering the natural surface. Store the coin in a protective holder to prevent further wear. If you believe your coin may have an unusual mint error or is in exceptionally high condition, consider having it authenticated and graded by a reputable professional grading service. Following recent auction results and keeping track of collector demand can also help you understand the current market value of your coin. The United Kingdom 1978 50 new pence is a classic piece of British decimal coinage that continues to interest collectors decades after its release. Although ordinary circulated examples are generally affordable, their historical significance, iconic Britannia design, and connection to the early decimal era make them worthwhile additions to many collections. Coins preserved in excellent condition or displaying genuine mint errors can command substantially higher auction prices and remain highly sought after by specialists. If you have a 1978 50 new pence tucked away in an old collection or discovered in spare change, it is certainly worth taking a closer look. You may own an attractive collectible with more value than you expected. Next up, the United Kingdom 50 new pence 1980 coin, a fascinating piece of British decimal coinage that continues to attract collectors from around the world. Many people assume that an old and worn coin has no value, but that is not always true. Even a 1980 50 new pence in bad condition can still attract interest if it has unusual characteristics, a striking error, or exceptional historical significance. In this video, we will explore the history of this coin, examine its unique features, discuss its rarity in damaged condition, review its current auction market value in US dollars, and share useful tips for collectors hoping to find valuable examples. If you have a 1980 50 new pence tucked away in a drawer or piggy bank, make sure you watch until the end because you might learn something surprising about its potential value. The 50 new pence coin was first introduced into circulation in 1969 as part of the United Kingdom's transition to decimal currency. It quickly became one of the most recognizable British coins because of its distinctive seven-sided shape. The 1980 issue continued this important tradition and featured the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Arnold Machin. During this period, the coin was widely used in everyday transactions, making it a familiar sight across the country. Millions of these coins passed through shops, banks, vending machines, and public transport systems. Although the mintage was substantial, decades of circulation have left many examples scratched, worn, stained, or otherwise damaged. Today, collectors appreciate the 1980 50 new pence not only as a piece of everyday history but also as an important reminder of Britain's decimal currency era. One of the most striking characteristics of the 1980 50 new pence is its distinctive seven-sided curved equilateral shape, which makes it instantly recognizable even among modern coins. The obverse displays the elegant portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, while the reverse features Britannia seated beside a lion, holding a trident and olive branch, representing Britain's strength and peace. The coin was struck in copper-nickel, giving it a durable silver-colored appearance when new. It has a diameter of approximately 30 mm and weighs around 13.5 grams. Despite heavy circulation, many of the coin's major design elements often remain visible, allowing collectors to identify the year and assess its condition. Collectors also pay close attention to die varieties, offset strikes, clipped planchets, double strikes, and other minting errors, as these unusual features can significantly increase a coin's desirability and auction value. A standard 1980 50 new pence in bad condition is generally not considered rare because millions were produced and circulated extensively. Coins showing heavy wear, corrosion, scratches, dents, edge damage, or discoloration are usually valued only slightly above their face value. However, damaged condition does not always mean worthless. Some collectors seek well-circulated examples to complete affordable date collections, while others specifically search for coins displaying rare minting errors or unusual production flaws. If a damaged coin also possesses a genuine mint error, collector demand can increase dramatically. Error collectors often overlook cosmetic, where if the minting mistake is significant and clearly identifiable. Therefore, while ordinary damaged examples remain common, exceptional error coins from 1980 can become surprisingly desirable in the collector market. The market value of a 1980 United Kingdom 50 new pence depends greatly on its condition, originality, and whether it features any verified mint errors. A heavily worn or damaged circulated example typically sells for approximately 50 cents to $3. Better preserved circulated coins with clearer details may sell for around $3 to $10, especially if they appeal to collectors completing date sets. Coins certified in high uncirculated grades can achieve $20 to $75 or more depending on eye appeal and market demand. The most exciting category is genuine mint error examples. Verified offset strikes, double strikes, broad strikes, or other significant production errors have been known to attract competitive bidding, with auction prices ranging from approximately $100 to several $100s, and particularly dramatic or rare errors can sometimes exceed $1,000 at specialist numismatic auctions. As with all collectible coins, actual selling prices depend on authentication, rarity, condition, and current collector demand. If you own a 1980 50 new pence, begin by examining it carefully under good lighting. Look for unusual features such as doubled lettering, offset designs, clipped edges, or other striking mint errors. Avoid cleaning the coin, even if it appears dirty or tarnished, because cleaning can reduce its collector value. Store the coin in a protective holder to prevent further damage. Comparing your coin with authenticated examples from reputable auction houses and professional grading services can help determine whether it has any valuable characteristics. If you believe your coin displays a genuine mint error, consider having it authenticated by a respected grading company before offering it for sale. Proper authentication often gives buyers greater confidence and may increase the final auction price. The United Kingdom 50 new pence 1980 remains an interesting and historic coin that reflects an important chapter in British decimal coinage. While most examples in bad condition are common and have only modest collector value, unusual mint errors and exceptional varieties can transform an ordinary-looking coin into a highly sought-after collectible. Every coin deserves a careful inspection because hidden rarities occasionally emerge from everyday pocket change. Whether you are an experienced numismatist or just beginning your collecting journey, the 1980-50 new pence is an excellent reminder that history, rarity, and collector interest can sometimes be found in the most unexpected places. Next up, the 1979 United Kingdom 50 new pence is one of the most recognizable coins ever produced by the Royal Mint. Although millions of these large seven-sided coins entered circulation, they continue to attract collectors because of their historic design, unique shape, and connection to the early decimal coinage of the United Kingdom. If you have a circulated 1979 50 new pence tucked away in an old coin jar, wallet, or inherited collection, you may be wondering whether it could be worth more than its face value. In today's video, we'll explore the history of this fascinating coin, its unique features, collector demand, rarity in different conditions, and the prices it can achieve at auctions in the United States dollar market. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for before spending or selling your coin. The 50 new pence coin was introduced in 1969 as part of Britain's transition to decimal currency, preparing the country for Decimal Day in 1971. It replaced the old 10-shilling note and became one of the most important high-value circulating coins of its time. By 1979, the coin had already become a familiar part of everyday British life, passing through millions of hands in shops, banks, and businesses. The 1979 issue was struck in large numbers to meet public demand, making it a common date overall. However, decades of circulation have reduced the number of attractive examples, and collectors today often search for well-preserved pieces, unusual minting errors, and coins with exceptional eye appeal. One of the most distinctive characteristics of the 1979 50 new pence is its large equilateral curve heptagonal shape, which allows it to be easily recognized by touch. The obverse features the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Arnold Machin, while the reverse displays Britannia seated beside a lion, holding a trident with a shield resting nearby. This iconic design has become one of the defining images of modern British coinage. The coin is made from copper nickel, weighs approximately 13.5 grams, and measures about 30 millimeters across. Its bold appearance and historical importance continue to make it a favorite among collectors of British decimal coins. Although the 1979 50 new pence is not considered a key rarity by date alone, collectors know that condition plays a significant role in determining value. Coins that spent decades in circulation often show scratches, worn details, dull surfaces, and edge knocks. Even so, many collectors enjoy owning circulated examples because they represent genuine pieces of British monetary history. A well-circulated coin with clear designs and readable inscriptions is still desirable for beginner collections and date sets. Coins with attractive natural toning or interesting circulation history can sometimes generate additional interest among buyers. Damaged examples tell a different story. Coins with heavy scratches, corrosion, cleaning marks, deep dents, bent shapes, or severe wear generally have lower collector demand than coins in fine or very fine condition. Nevertheless, damaged coins are not always without value. Some collectors purchase them simply to complete a date collection at a lower cost, while others are interested in unusual pieces that show minting errors rather than post-mint damage. If a damaged 1979 coin also displays an authentic striking error, such as an off-cent strike, clipped planchette, double strike, or another verified mint error, its value can increase substantially because error collectors actively seek such unusual pieces. When discussing rarity, it is important to separate ordinary circulation coins from exceptional examples. Most circulated 1979 50 new pence coins remain common in the numismatic market due to their large original mintage. However, high-grade uncirculated examples become much harder to find because relatively few survived decades without entering circulation. Coins certified by professional grading services with outstanding preservation can command significant premiums over ordinary examples. This demonstrates how rarity is often determined by condition rather than simply by the year printed on the coin. Auction prices vary depending on condition, demand, certification, and any unusual characteristics. A heavily circulated or damaged 1979 50 new pence typically sells for approximately $1 to $5. A nicer circulated example with stronger detail may bring around $5 to $15. Coins in about uncirculated condition can often achieve $20 to $50, while brilliant uncirculated examples may sell for $50 to $150 depending on quality and buyer interest. Professionally graded coins receiving top numerical grades can occasionally realize $200 to $500 or more at specialist auctions. If the coin possesses a genuine and desirable mint error confirmed by experts, Auction prices can rise into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the rarity of the era and competition among collectors. These higher values apply only to exceptional examples and not to ordinary circulated coins. Before assuming your coin is valuable, carefully inspect both sides under good lighting. Look for sharp details, original surfaces, unusual coloring, and any signs of minting errors. Avoid cleaning the coin, even if it appears dirty, because cleaning can reduce its collector value. Auction results depend on supply, demand, economic conditions, and the enthusiasm of bidders. Coins with strong eye appeal, original surfaces, and verified authenticity consistently attract greater interest than examples that have been cleaned or damaged. Following major coin auctions and monitoring recent sales can help you understand current market trends before buying or selling a 1979 50 new pence. The United Kingdom 1979 50 new pence remains an important and historic coin from Britain's early decimal era. While ordinary circulated examples are generally production error. If you own a 1979 50 new pence, take the time to examine it carefully. You may have an interesting piece of British numismatic history, and in special cases, a coin that collectors are willing to pay impressive sums for. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more videos exploring rare British coins, fascinating auction discoveries, and valuable treasures that could still be hiding in everyday collections.